Hi Leo, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. This is your general Tarotscope for the week ahead. As always, the housekeeping is down below, which is decks that I'm using or aspects of your birth chart to go and find out what bits are what. How to book a personal reading, about role reversals and all that jazz. And also the subscription button is down there if you so desire to subscribe to my channel. I will be very grateful. Okay, let's see what we have for you for this week. One more ripple shuffle and see what we have. You have the Nine of Swords. Oh my God, anxiety. Oh my God, anxiety. I am so sorry, Leo. What has you all... There's a big decision coming up and there's a lot of anxiety attached to this big decision. When it comes to doing a big decision, I would always, because this has far-reaching ripples, do the research. Make sure you've considered all aspects of this decision, the light and the dark, the pros and the cons. Even your intuition, you need to listen to your intuition and your instincts on this one. They are two separate things, but it's about listening to your intuition and your instincts in order to make that decision of which way forward is best for you and for those around you. The Lovers is a choice, and I kind of feel like as we come into Gemini season, this is where this decision will be made. It is the card of Gemini, but I kind of feel like that is the timing. Like you will need to have made this decision by Gemini season, so towards the end of the month. I think we're about to come into Gemini season. I really need to check the dates. But yeah, there's a lot of anxiety attached to it because it is such a big decision. I feel like I need to reassure you that if you make this decision, in some cases, you can reverse that decision. Not to the exact point where you were, but you can make a bit of a U-turn backwards towards where you used to be. It feels big because the payoff could be big. It feels like the other option is the harder option, but oh my God, it is so going to be worth it. But make sure that you are going into that well prepared and well informed. It's about making a fully informed decision. That's why you need to do research. It's why you need to get all the information. Do not be afraid to ask the hard questions for this. I feel like the anxiety will stop you asking those questions because you don't want to come across stupid or frivolous or whatever reason. Feel free to ask as many questions as you like. There is no such thing as a silly question. Also, if that's in a group environment, there is definitely no such thing as a silly question. Because you may not be the only person that has that question. You're just the only person that has the balls to step up and ask that question. Your intuition will be massive to play in this. You have the High Priestess. I don't know if you believe in calling in your spirit guides in order to make doing a meditation to calling your spirit guides to make a decision. If that is your bag, then absolutely do that. Have a meditation. There are some really good ones here on YouTube. That call in your spirit guides, or you can at least get a message from your spirit guides through a meditation. But this is about getting in touch with your higher self, with your intuition, and you will know which one is right. And knowing which one is right doesn't mean that will be the easy option for you. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the right one. But to me, the other one is better because you're building it up stronger. It's harder work. It's worth more. So it's going to weather the storm. It's going to be harder because you've invested more time, because you've invested more effort, more emotion, more risk to it. Let's see what we've got. What else we've got. But yes, your intuition will tell you which way to go. And it may be that your intuition is going, no, the easier path is right for me. Then the easier path is right for you. You can take what's in a tarot reading and you have free will, by the way. In any tarot reading, in any reading, in any decision, you have free will. It's up to you what you do and don't do. But yeah, your intuition in this case will tell you what's what. The reason that you're wary is because there are things that aren't quite at the surface yet. They're not immediately apparent, which is why you need to do a bit of investigating, why you need to go and do a bit of research. Ask people that are within that environment or have experience within the same environment. There are fears that are holding you back because there is courage with the Lion, but there's also angelic protection as well. It's about being bold enough to ask the questions, bold enough to go a bit deeper rather than taking everything at face value, going deeper, finding the little bits of information, because the reason your anxiety is coming up, is because you know you haven't been given the whole story with regards to making this decision. You have not been given the whole, all the information. Something doesn't feel quite right, and you're going, I haven't got all the information. What is it they're holding back? That is what's kicking your anxiety up and your red flags, your warning signals up. It is that very much that something's being withheld from me. Something doesn't sound too good to be true. And if that's the case, then maybe it is. You need to start listening to your intuition. Red flags as much as anything else. If there is a red flag and you cannot get an answer for it, your gut is still telling you that something is wrong there. It's about trusting your instincts, trusting your inner knowing. Do you know when you know something and you don't know why you know, you just know that you know it? It's that's what you need to trust this week. And I kind of feel like somebody around you is trying to tell you that your gut instinct, that what you know, because there's no tangible physical evidence, they're telling you that it's all made up in your head. And that's not the case. Somebody is gaslighting your intuition right now, making you doubt your intuition by gaslighting, because it feels like they can any assumption or questions that you have would in any way imply that they are not telling the full truth, because I kind of feel like they're not telling the full truth. They're kind of holding something back. They're not being completely transparent, because that's what the moon is. It's things not being completely clear, things being shielded in shadow. That's what you're picking up. And if they have a reluctance to fully inform you of that story, or they make out that your questions are questioning their not authority, what's the word I'm looking for, authenticity, that's because they're hiding something. If they haven't got anything to hide, then they wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't be reacting all defensive the way that they are. So it's about trusting your instincts this week, because the only way you can make a sure plan forward is to have all the information. So it might be that you need to go digging, and maybe not necessarily straight from the horse's mouth either. Get reputable resources, absolutely, verify your resources and information, but somebody is withholding a nugget of truth this week. There is something at play for whatever reason, but somebody is out. It benefits them if you don't ask too many questions. So it kind of feels like you need to speak up and ask the questions, and not just for you, but for other people as well. It kind of feels like your question will be poo-pooed by someone as a silly question, but there are people around you that won't ask that question that also want to have that question answered. So it's about you stepping up and asking that question, because this is a major decision, not just for you, but for other people around you. I hope that is of some use to you, Leo. Hopefully I will see you again next week. Bye for now.